Hi guys, FrostFangs here, back with another Paladins video. We're playing some Torvald today. A character I'd say is in a very good spot at the moment. We'll be playing him based around the Silence, which is the one I think I've covered the least recently. There's not too much for me to intro here, so I'm going to keep it kind of short, but I think over time he's really picked up in like the win rate and just general performance. I'm not sure how he sort of does at like the really high-end ranked stuff, but in casuals, he does sort of dominate at the moment, and I'd say it's maybe a little bit too good. I'm not going to use the word overpowered, but it's kind of close, in my opinion. Obviously, he does get countered a little bit more than some of the other front lines with things like Rekka, but even in a scenario like that, he does quite well and will typically have a pretty goddamn big impact in a match compared to some of the other options. But the setup is super straightforward. They're all based on the same sort of thing with health and reset. But yeah, thanks Grandpa and Direct Current are definitely the default talents depending on what you want to go for. They're not as linked to the builds as you'd expect them to be. They do play into it a little bit, but you can pretty much grab any talent with any of the builds and it will sort of work. Although the third talent I can't remember the name of right now is definitely the one that I see the least. Shout out to two, that is Corvus. We've got a Zin, Charlene and Octavia. TDM Trade District. We'll do a Siege for game 2. We've got Fernando, Ceres, Victor, Evie and Furia. Direct Current here for sure as the choice. We'll go Kronos and Nimble, and then the standard sort of like damage reduction or rejuvenate, veteran. Guardian technically works on Torvald, especially if we're going for the shield setup, but spreading influence, display of force, recurve, Yomi, shrapnel, cherish, over the moon. Fernando over here on this side. We'll silence him so he can't shield. I'm also going to try and queue the Zin. There we go, we got rid of him. Bit of a weird one so far. We're going to fully recharge up, and I'm going to push on the right side. I feel like I already reloaded, but I guess I did it, just like fully genned it. Going to try and push in a bit. Silence there for the Fury, so she can't F back. There we go. We can also, I guess, sometimes transplant it over. I don't know how that works. That's always so jank. I don't know if you're actually meant to be able to do that if the character that you're right-clicking dies, but it does happen. It's kind of rare though, to be honest. There's a Q on the Corvus. I'm just going to play here a little bit because he can still heal me anyway. The F for the recharge and pull back a bit. You have pretty goddamn good damage on Torvald. That silence just didn't work. There's another sort of issue with it. He's going to just dash off. I don't know if he was expecting to knock me, and for some reason it didn't, but I'm confused, to be honest. He doesn't have the card that increases it, so this is a messy team fight. Just silence the Torvald, and now I'm stuck. Okay, there's so many bugs with the right that I didn't even realize. What I was trying to say for like the 5th time is that you don't really need Kronos to reduce the cooldown of the silence. It's more for the rest of your kit, because 6 seconds on it is already insanely low. There's an F. I'm just tanking a stupid amount of damage here. Corvus is giving me insane heals. Victor with an ult. We'll silence him out of that. I am dead though. Right, go on the Fernando. They don't have any resistance, I don't think, other than the Evie. Zin's going kind of hard. Corvus is doing massive heals. We're going to go for an ult just to kind of push them away. That was an ult from the Ceres, but I guess we sort of countered that. I don't know why she ulted. I'm not going to bother hitting into the shield. There goes the Furia. There's a silence for like half a second. That didn't do anything. The only person with resistance is the Evie. Let's push on the Victor. I'm actually kind of on my own here. I'm way too far up. Q. Okay, silence on the Evie just for like a second. She's nearly gone with that. There's an F. Pull back. I think I'm dead. Never mind, Corvus here with the heals is just kind of insane. I don't know how he's doing such a good job here. I feel like I've been full health this entire game. Ult from the Zin. There we go. Help him out with the Fernando. Cool. There's a Q on him. We recharged with the F. I'm just going to finish off Kronos, but your base weapon hits really hard, especially with this skin. It feels like you're doing more damage just because you've got the red sort of electric effects. There's a Q on the Zin. More hits. There's an F for the recharge. Corvus here just dealing with the Evie. That's a Fury ult. Q on the Octavia. Sure, I'm just going to retreat while blasting. There's an F. Do I go for my ult here just to keep them away? Sure. Definitely a hectic TDM to start off the video, but I think I'm showing off Torvald here rather well. There's a right click. I should have done it on the Evie. That would have been a free kill. I'm just kind of butchering it here. She's going to pull us off the map. Okay, fair enough. Well played, Ceres. That's the only one she's gotten so far with the ult that's actually been good. I'm not even going to complain. I always like to see freaking someone actually using the kits like that. Evie here on no health. I'm just going to try and silence her out of it. There we go. Okay, but what I was trying to say is Corvus is now sort of spread out and the entire team has been really split up, and now it's not really working because they're actually grouped and we are not. There's a silence on the Fernando for like half a second. I'm dead. I've got the F on like 1. They surprisingly don't have any Rekka. Silence there on the Evie. That lasts no time at all because of her resistance. I don't even know if she's grabbing it for anybody else. The only other thing we have is like Charlene CC. Q over there on him. Silence for the Ceres, so she maybe can't detonate or something. I don't know. She's gone. We're still up. There's a Q. I've recharged for no reason. Victor's nading. Zin's standing in the corner. Get some shots on her here. There's a silence again. She's gone. F for the recharge. I'm using my entire kit so much in this one, and I still feel like I've not got my abilities up enough. Corvus there saying report Octavia. I don't think she's doing particularly bad. She just didn't buy items. She might just be new, which is not really a reason to report somebody. I guess the game maybe doesn't explain enough that you should be buying items, because I've seen a lot of that with new people. Go for the ult. Just blast away, I guess. I don't know when else I'm going to use it. That's a Fury ult. Just going to keep hitting him with a left click. I guess we'll silence him now, so maybe he can't like shield or something. That didn't really do very much. There's a Q. Sure. Hits on him here. He's going for the ult. There's an F. It's an ult from the Ceres. Another bit of a weird one. Don't know really what I should be doing here. There's a Q on the Zin. He's going in. Octavia ulted. There's a right click on the Evie for like a second just so that we can maybe clear her. There's a heal from the Fury. She's back up to full. Q on the Zin. He went for the ult. Silence on the Fernando. I did shield him there. I think he actually just got it bursted through, but there we go. There is the defeat. Quite a long TDM, even though they won by like 6 or 7 kills. We were ahead for a little bit. 60k, 88k. I will happily walk away with that there. Charlene put in way more work than I was realizing there. The Zin did really well. I say the Corvus also put in work. Octavia was a weak link for sure, but yeah, there we go. I don't know what I just got pop up. What? For game 2, we've got a Siege Bazaar, pretty good looking team with Sati, Atlas, Genos, and Andro versus Ray, BK, Shaolin, Azon, and Lex. I'd say we have a bit of an advantage here. The silence should be really useful. A few people here who I think I played with before. I think the silence worked well in that last game, but it didn't provide as much benefit as I think the extra shielding would have done. Maybe. We're going to go direct current again, and the silence, which I think will be the better option. Shouts out there to our Atlas. We've got Deja Vu, Darkstalk, Illuminate, Window, and then Tempering, which is interesting. Heroism is going to be kind of annoying. Does counter as a bit recurve, chain reaction, and then whatever the Ray grabs, we'll just start blasting the Azan. I'm going to silence him here. Yep, the silence lasts a little bit longer than I like it to sometimes, especially when they don't have any resilience. It feels weird that it goes on for so long and you can't really get out of it. We'll silence him again. He's gone. Yep, there's a Q. Make sure he's not dead. BK knock. Okay, there's an F for the recharge. You tank so much damage. Really, that's why I like the F recharge setup a little bit more than some of the other ones. I don't know how I jumped into that stun. That's just atrocious. Try and push in here with the team. I just don't think we have any damage going out. It's a little bit weird. BK stun has been very annoying. He's been placing them quite well. We'll just push in F recharge here. Sure, hello Lex, the sun's not really doing anything. I guess I can cancel it. For some reason I always think I can't. Just trying to get in. That's really the only downside I think I can say about Torvald, is that you do actually rely on your team a ton. Even though you're pretty self-sufficient, you can regen your own shield and you can, you know, freaking fight quite well with your 200 damage a hit. The silence is something you really need your team to take advantage of, and you shielding people and stuff. You need a team to do like the other parts that aren't like a tank sort of utility job. I don't know. Silence there, he's nearly gone. Okay. There's a Q for him. How am I not dead yet, by the way? I feel like I should have been totally cleared there. There's a Q for him. We'll just push the Azan. Silence. I don't know how the team's this unaware of like everything in this game. It's so hard for me to properly get across in the video, and I don't know if it will even be noticeable, but this is a really weird game as well, because everyone's just like half aware of where everyone is. I don't know how else to word it. As a team here, everyone's kind of doing their own thing. I'm just going to try and zone them away. There's a silence on the Lex. That's not really doing anything. Ad's got the rewind though, so yeah, there's the 1-1. See what we can do in this one. I feel like we should really easily be able to hold the point. They have a lot more damage than us, it feels like, but I don't know if it's just our Sati and Andrew not doing work, and I'm going to go for an ult here just to kind of push them away. BK ulted. I don't think my ult really did anything, but on this map I don't know if it ever will. There's a Q for the Andrew, just going to try and get rid of him here. There's the F recharge. Q there for him, in on the side. F there for the recharge. Again, I really am tanking an insane amount in this one. Do they have Rekka? They have a ton of it. That explains why it's not doing so much. There's a right click. They don't have resilience, so my silence is actually doing quite a bit. I'm not doing it as well as I should be, but big damage there. They're all just on the inside and we're not really able to do anything. We don't really have blast damage in this one. We have Sati and Andrew. That's a BK ult. I'm just going to try and pull them away from the point a little bit, distract them a tad, but did get the defense failed. 1-3, but I don't know really what to tell you here. I'm really interested to see the stats in this one, but they have double Rekka and double resilience on like a bunch of people. I don't know how I was the only person there who noticed the general script, the Shaolin. There's the F for the recharge. Lex is kind of on the side. I've got the ult here in a second. I'm going to just go for it to try and keep them away. Atlas went for it too. We can just push them over on that left side. That might buy us enough time. It's a recovery mechanic. I don't know what else I can do here though. Right click, countered by resilience. More damage on him. Can we finish him off? He's just going to fly. Okay. Shaolin's just here. BK's on the side as well. Do we push him here? I think I kind of have to. Right, there's a Q. Okay, F recharge. This is so tough, man. I don't know, again, what else I could possibly be doing here on Torvald other than what I'm already trying to pull off. Dead there to the Shaolin, trying to get to the point, 99%, and that is going to be the 1-4, I think. We got an overtime trigger. Andrew and Sati are on it. They all pushed sort of aggressively on me and Atlas. Jones is eventually dead. And maybe the damages can get rid of the Ray. There we go. I think that might be one of the first times she's died. But there we go. There is the defeat. I think they were tryharding a little bit on their side, to be honest, for like a casual sort of siege match. I did still get to show off Torvald, especially in that game 1. But in that game 2 there, that was one of the worst environments I've had for him in a minute. We still shielded for like a 90k. But yeah, Rekka 2, Resilience 2, Resilience 3, Rekka 2, Rekka 2, Resilience 3. That's kind of tough. Not to say the items won them the game there, of course. They played really well. The BK, for example, had tons of damage. Ray was healing for an insane amount, only died twice in that one. Lex was really annoying. The Shaolin putting in effort there with the damage. Azam was a bit of a weak link, but he still was alive most of the time because of the Ray keeping him up and we couldn't output enough. But on our side, General's healed for a mad amount. Props to him. As for the rest of them, myself included, damage, as I guessed, was definitely the issue. Sati actually didn't do too bad there, but my damage is quite low. The Andros is quite low too, and so is the Atlas's. We just were not hitting them for any sort of damage that made a difference. We could have maybe killed a few of them if we were actually playing like a team and focused individual people, but they were playing really quite well, and it just, yeah, didn't happen. And yeah, even though that wasn't the best showcase there, for the silence setup, one thing I really want to point out is that even if you're not getting value from this, you're sort of forcing people to buy items. In that last game, they might have grabbed resilience just for the Atlas, who, you know, does get countered by that as well, and that's kind of common. Atlas and Torvald don't actually go that well together. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that it's really important with him because you're forcing people to grab Rekka already to counter your shield, and with this, you're making them also sort of have to grab resilience. They can ignore it, and then they're going to be really annoyed by the silence. They can also ignore Rekka, and they'll have to go through way more damage. And yeah, in a team game where it's quite even, that can actually be enough to tip the scales because they're not getting the damage reduction or the cooldown reduction. They're actually just trying to deal with your shield and your CC. But at the same time, you also become a little bit less of a valuable team member, so it goes both ways. It's hard for me to explain, but hopefully you get what I mean. It is kind of simple, and I'm maybe over-explaining it. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you've enjoyed. Of course, let me know what you want to see me do next, your thoughts on this setup for him. I'll see you guys all very, very soon, and as always, stay frosty.